So, good afternoon and welcome to Pittsburgh City Council Cablecast public hearing for Wednesday, February 12th, 2025, relative to Bill 1234. Will the clerk please read the title of the bill?
Bill 1234, Resolution Authorizing the Adoption of the Manchester-Chateau Transit Revitalization Investment District Phase 1 Implementation Plan and related agreements.
Thank you very much. Our first order of business will be testimony from registered speakers. Once you are called, please restate your name, provide your address or neighborhood for the public record. Each speaker will be given 3 minutes to speak, and we'll begin with LaShawn Burton Folk.
All right, thank you very much. I do have a cold, so if I'm breathy, please understand. Good afternoon, council members and the public. My name is LaShawn Burton Falk, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Manchester Citizens Corporation, MCC, a nearly 60-year-old organization dedicated to the revitalization and future of Manchester-Chateau. MCC was founded in response to the destruction of our community's once thriving economic corridor, the very land where the Esplanade project is now planned. That corridor was cut off from our residents by the construction of Route 1965, triggering decades of economic decline, white flight, and the hardship that followed. Today, Manchester-Chateau remains a majority-minority, low to moderate income community, lacking businesses that enhance the quality of life, leaving us in a food desert with few economic opportunities for our residents. That is why the TRID approval is so critical. MCC has been deeply vested in shaping the future of our community. We partnered in 2017 with the City of Pittsburgh on the Neighborhood Comprehensive Plan that was formally adopted in 2019. We also funded 50% of the TRID study because we understood the opportunity this presents, not just for developers, but for the people who call Manchester-Chateau home. This TRID is not just about one development. It is about unlocking long-term investment, infrastructure improvements, workforce development, and new local businesses that our community desperately needs. Unfortunately, there has been an effort to spread misinformation about this project, led by individuals who do not represent the interests of our residents. Stanley Lowe, who once led MCC, left behind state-subpoenaed audits and legal troubles in 2013. With failed attempts to return, he creates chaos, evident by his newly created RCO, Manchester Neighbors. His opposition is not rooted in what is best for Manchester-Chateau. It is personal. Fear and misinformation should not stand in the way of progress. This community deserves a win and has been involved in the Esplanade process since 2018. The Manchester-Chateau Comprehensive Plan, the TRID, and the Esplanade project align with the vision of our residents and that they helped craft, one of economic growth, job creation, and a return to vibrancy we lost decades ago. This TRID approval is key to making this vision a reality. It will enable infrastructure investment, attract small business, and restore the economic backbone of our neighborhood. I urge you to approve this TRID for Manchester-Chateau. Let's stand on the side of progress, truth, and the future of a community that has waited long enough for its revival. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Linda Hansen.
Hi there. My name is Linda Hansen. I'm a 29-year active resident in Manchester. I own 2 homes and I'm a taxpayer on both. I'm involved in multiple boards. I'm on the Manchester Historic Society board, the Manchester Citizens Corporation board, in which I'm the only Caucasian board member. And I say that because MCC has been positioned in a way that is opposite of that, but I wanted to say that and make that really clear. The Manchester Property Committee, and also a member of the Manchester-Chateau Partnership Alliance, RCO. I'm here to show really strong support for the TRID district proposal and the Esplanade. I'm sure you all know that when we were in front of planning on November 12th, MCC, MCPA, MHS, and Manchester Neighbors Group all showed nothing but support for the plan with 0 opposition. So we're expecting really good things to come. We're excited to see this plan be approved through the process, including today. This plan is good for our community and will support key points in our community that support the community plan, like fair and affordable housing protection, a strong development strategy with a 1-to-1 market rate to affordable ratio, economic development. If you know Manchester, we do not have a business district. This will be our business district. Jobs. We've worked a really long time in this community to get involved in, with this and engagement. And those that wanted to be a part of this were a part of it. Those who chose to have other intentions did not want to be, and that's why they might have not been able to be. So I wanted to make that really clear. We put this plan together. So thanks for your support for the TRID and the Esplanade, and moving Manchester-Chateau forward with the city, the state, and for Manchester itself. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't see, our next speaker is Renee Rosenthal. Is she online? I don't see her online. And oh, there she is.
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name's Renee Rosensteel. I've lived in Manchester for a decade, and I own multiple properties there. I've been working closely with MCC and all the efforts that it's had to revitalize this neighborhood, to make this neighborhood a place where everyone is welcome. And to that end, I have walked the walk as far as handing out flyers and putting flyers on doors to make sure that everyone who wants to come to a meeting and find out about what is happening in development in this neighborhood was included. I stand with the TRID project because I see it as something that is going to be good for the neighborhood and good for the region as a whole. It's going to give back the things that were taken away during the 1965 decimation of the business district. It's being done carefully. It's being done with a broad range of voices, and people are still being asked to be part of it. So please pass this bill.
Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Lucas Pyatt.
Hi, everyone. Lucas Pyatt, downtown. I am the CEO of Pyatt Companies, who are the planners and developers behind the Esplanade project, which would be the phase 1 of the proposed TRID. I'm sure everybody in the city of Pittsburgh has heard about the Esplanade project in one way or the other over the last 8 years, but this project for us is more than a Ferris wheel or sticks and bricks. It truly is a special place. It will be a special place where everyone can thrive. Our company has been investing in the economic sustainability of Pittsburgh for decades now. We've put $500 million into downtown when it wasn't economically a popular investment because we care about Pittsburgh and we want it to grow and we want it to do better than it has, and our projects are a beacon for what Pittsburgh has become. We are a local Pittsburgh developer. We're the neighbors. We're your neighbors. We're born here, we're raised here, and we're raising our families here. So we respect the past, but we also want to embrace the future of what Esplanade is and what this TRID will do for the community. Our riverfronts, our residents, and our region deserves to have world-class development along its riverfronts. A third-party economic development impact study showed that the Esplanade project itself is expected to create 9,300 jobs during construction and 4,500 jobs, direct and indirect, after it's completed. This will dramatically increase tax revenue for the city, county, and the school districts, and will provide additional spending and investment throughout the entire region. This will significantly increase the tax base on this property from $80,000 per year right now to nearly $8 million per year after the project is completed, during a time when we all know that the city of Pittsburgh needs more tax base. TRID is an acronym that gets thrown around a lot, but what does it really stand for? Transit Revitalization Investment District. We understand that there's an impact to our neighboring community, but the TRID is a unique tool that allows for direct investments and improvements in the Chateau neighborhood and the adjacent neighboring Manchester community, which we've been working with now for over 8 years. The investments in TRID will be specific to certain things, allowing us to build high-quality, affordable housing, complete streets, and other public access assets throughout the project, with over 40% open space, spray park, public art, and skating ribbons and things like that that the community will benefit from. It creates a fund that allows public investment into the neighborhood directly for affordable housing, transit, infrastructure, home repairs, street repairs, and much more. Third, it increases the tax base significantly. I could talk a lot more. There's a lot more here on the list, but thank you so much.
Thank you. And our last registered speaker is Steve Mazza.
Good afternoon, Council. Steve Mazza, 2912 Zephyr Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA, 15204. Council representative for the Eastern Atlantic States Regional Council of Carpenters. We have approximately 5,000 members in and around the city of Pittsburgh who need jobs. To create those jobs, the Pyatt Company here, who's one of our best developers, who understands an area standard, a living wage, and how to create those jobs. We need to support this TRID because of that. We also need affordable housing, we know that. But affordable housing should be done with area standards. It should be done by our people. It shouldn't be done by an exploited workforce who are always in this area. People don't understand construction. They just say affordable housing, but we do. It affects our industry and it affects every family member that's part of our community that lives in your communities. So we would recommend that you approve this, because what it's going to create is something of more diversity for all our programs, building, intro into the trades, breaking the chains of poverty with A. Randolph Institute, our CARP program, Carpenter Apprenticeship Readiness Program, to help change our organizations to more black and brown people. But we want those people to be from Pittsburgh, to get paid an area standard to build the affordable housing. The affordable housing contractors and developers know who they are, and we know who they are. And we honestly don't understand why certain people from certain neighborhoods want to try to destroy this project. They don't either understand it or they don't care about moving forward. Maybe they should just try to move forward and they know who they are. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And let the record reflect that we were joined by Councilman Wilson, Councilman Charlin, and Councilwoman Smith. That does exhaust our list of registered speakers. If there's anyone in chambers wishing to speak, please come forward at this time. Also provide your name, neighborhood for the record. You will also be given a minute to speak.
Thank you. My name is Bill Teets. I'm a business representative for the heavy equipment operators, lifelong city resident, 2151 Palm Beach Avenue, Pittsburgh 16. I was born and raised in Duquesne Heights, literally across the river from Manchester. Know the area well. This project will not only benefit the community, it will benefit the city, the county, as well as the region. In my official capacity, we support the resolution, and we would appreciate your consideration on passage. Thank you.
Very much. Next speaker, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Greg Bernarding. I'm the Executive Business Manager of the Pittsburgh Regional Building Trades. Just to reiterate what Steve spoke, this project will create a lot of jobs, and with the Pyatt Company has been a partner of the building trades for several years. So just the amount of work and what this will bring to the north side and the city in general, we're in total support of passing this. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Jason Markovich. I'm the president of the Building Trades. and business manager of Labor's Local 373. Approximately 1,500 members in the city of Pittsburgh and the surrounding area. Our members depend heavily on the development of this area. We depend heavily on the jobs that are created through these developments with reputable developers like Pyatt. We strongly support this development, and we ask for your consideration today for passage. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please. Next speaker, please. Seeing no further speakers, I will allow members an opportunity if they have anything they would like to share. Councilman Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you everyone for being here. We have had some lively public comment previous to this hearing about this project, but I have to say, my ear has been focused on what I've heard about this outside of those comments, because that's the truth, which is this is a great project for Pittsburgh, great project for the neighborhoods that surround the neighborhood. I've had some great meetings. Thank you to the URA for our executive director, Sushila Namani Stanger, and Tom Link for meeting with me to understand just how the TRID works, more specifically, the technical aspects of it. And it's great to hear that we have mechanisms like this in place to make sure we grow the economy. I want to thank the president for, just his leadership in the area that he represents. We share, not this area, but we share other areas in the city together. And I know he's a great partner there. So it's good to see what he's been able to put together here. I want to thank the community, LaShawn Burton Falk, for everything you do and making sure the community's heard and everything just how you bring people together. I want to thank Pyatt, Lucas Pyatt, for what you're doing. If it wasn't for the development community here and the vision, the bold vision of trying to figure out how we would grow the economy. Obviously, you're running a business, but I think this is larger than that. It's something that would drastically change the region in terms of interest for the region, and also creating jobs, good union jobs. And it's great to see the support of several unions and others that are leaders in the whole union community here to speak on behalf of the project. Hopefully I'm not missing anyone out. And then all the investors that are a part of this, because it takes a whole team of people in financing, and there's state funds here too, right? State funds, there's an RCAP. So yeah, hopefully I'm not leaving anyone out. And I'm fully supportive of this project. Looking forward to come back to our standing committee for a preliminary vote. And any way I can be helpful in the future for this project, just let me know. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other member?
You go first. Go
All
first.
right. Yeah.
I'm gonna say it.
I think Councilman Wilson, I think the only person you didn't thank was your friends and family.
Look, we have interrogatory because you brought the big water cup.
I'm a thirsty guy.
And so when you bring the big water cup, it's an important time. It's an important meeting.
But I want to share a lot of the thanks that Councilman Wilson mentioned. I really want to thank the URA staff for walking me through how a TRID works. It maybe sounds scary at first, but ultimately, after understanding this tool, this is something awesome that we're able to take advantage of. I would love to see more opportunities like this in the city. Want to capitalize on using this vehicle here, and couldn't be more supportive of it. One thing that's important, Mr. Pyatt mentioned this. This project is more than a Ferris wheel, but also as the URA staff explained to me, the financing is not going to go towards the Ferris wheel in the TRID, and I think that's important for the public to know that we're not using a tax vehicle to finance a Ferris wheel. Although maybe I could come to a reason why we should do that. But regardless, want to thank you for those explanations of really how this works. I think it's an unbelievable tool here. And this is a really great project. It is going to build something that we severely need in this city, which is more housing, more affordable housing, more market rate housing, more construction. It's something that I know I feel, and there are members of council that agree with me, that we absolutely need to have more construction in the city. If we are going to grow, we have to do everything in our power to not suppress development and to create more jobs, create more housing of all types. And this is exactly the kind of project that'll do that. Obviously, our partners in labor are supportive of this, and we want to make sure you guys keep working here. So, I want to thank you for that. I would say that we've all heard the conversations about MCC and leadership there, and I do have some concerns there. I've got to be honest, but I'm happy to support this, and thank you for the explanation today. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to thank you all for coming down. And I want to thank the director for the URA. You are always really great with working with council members and hearing our concerns and hearing our voices. I wish I could say the same about the planning commission, but I cannot. I mean, our council member was really totally disrespected, not by you, Steve Mazza, but by others. And so for that part, I'm not real thrilled to even see anybody here discussing openly and freely talking and saying what they want to say when you didn't give the same respect to the council members. But having said that, I can say my family actually helps keep the unions working. My cousin Josh, and I'm not going to say who my sister is, but I will tell you, you know who she is. She keeps a lot of the unions working. So for that, I think you know where I stand with that. And on other parts, I will say that when I see Molly here in support, I know that there's some credibility to this project. So with that said, I'm very supportive, and I really want to thank my colleagues, especially Council President Lavelle, who's been navigating a lot of the meetings and discussion around this. And I know that there's a lot of concerns from some members in the community, and I know that LaShawn, even though I'm really angry about the stuff with the Planning Commission, I do appreciate, because I do feel like that does not promote development in the city. But I do feel like this is beneficial, and I do appreciate that you've been trying to work through those concerns. With that said, that's it for me. I'm just going to always be supportive of development in the city of Pittsburgh. I wish some of it, Mr. Pyatt, I think you know this, I wish some of it would come to the West End, a little more of it would come to the West End. And we have some development we're working on now, but we'll work towards having more prevailing wage projects in our district. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think my colleagues did all the thank yous that are necessary, so I'll just simply thank you for all coming down here today. And I also just really want to thank your fortitude. Lucas, you did mention this has been a long process, and it has. And it's going to continue to be a long process. So I do want to thank you for sticking it out to get us to this point. LaShawn, thank you for helping navigate this through the community process. Thank you all. We will put this on our agenda next week, which will be on the 19th. And that'll be our preliminary vote. And I look forward to moving this forward. Thank you all. With that, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So, second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.